Good morning, my friends. Well, I'm standing here with Dan, another participant at the RTM, and we will have a look at his rig. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning.
Yeah. So you're the owner of this.
This.
Well,
I call it the Monster of Frankenstein because it's probably the only thing original on it is the chassis. The cabin has been changed at some point in time. There's smaller doors on it than they should be on it. And then after that, someone put a caravan at the back. And then I created a square roof on top of it and put some solar panels on it.
and how much solar was it you got?
1560 watts. So yeah, I couldn't fit the bigger panels on it, so this is the maximum I could put on it.
Well, yeah, that's a lot of solar panels.
That's a lot of solar panels, and it's a very old rig, built in 1972.
And
It's
the rig,
older than I am.
yeah, the rig itself is it's a Mercedes.
Yeah, it's a Mercedes, the 0309 chassis, so the 406, 407, 408, 409, 508 is the most famous version of it. And then the 608 is all the same chassis and cabin. And usually they're all steel, but this one's mostly aluminum and polystyrene for the roof. I created a new roof with the lowest budget ever, so I used polystyrene plates for pouring concrete on top, and some glass fiber mats from the building store, and acrylic paint. So yeah, it's €300 roof. Yeah, it can be done if you want it, and it's not pretty. And I think the thing will never be pretty, but it's very functional, and yeah, it serves as a platform to create the solar power on, and the solar power I need to do my work.
Yeah, you do live full time in this.
I live full time in this, and I build websites as a living.
Exactly.
So that's why I need my computer's running, and I need to have the power and be sure to have the power every day. So that's why I have overcapacity. Yeah.
You got quite a big battery bank in there also.
Yeah, two semi-traction batteries from a DAF truck, like a big truck. Yeah.
And how many amp hours you got?
That's 2 times 230 amp hours. So you can drain them to 50%. So that's the actual usable amp hours are 230.
Yeah, 230 amp. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot. Let's just have a look at it from the front. It's really for those who know the old Mercedes, you will recognize this front because it is, as you said, one of the most common old Mercedes fronts on the market.
There's a club for it in the Netherlands. Lots of enthusiasts in the club. So these kind of vans are kept on the road in the Netherlands a lot. Yeah. I think Germany as well, but they're less common elsewhere in Europe.
I like the solar cap you got up there. That's
yeah, it came with the thing. So yeah, it's very handy because it keeps the sun out of your eyes a bit, and you can still see the traffic lights.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Well, should we go inside?
Sure.
And have a look? Well, let's start with the cab, the car part of this thing.
Yeah, it's a very big cab. Yeah. What's to say? There's a driver's seat, the steering wheel, and and the back seat on the right for 2 people. So
exactly.
That's for my kids
got a small
when they travel with me. Yeah.
And you got a small table down on top of the doghouse, and
yeah, that's handy for the coffee during the road, during trips,
and now I see you got the cables lying there, so I can. Yesterday, my house battery ran low, and instead of hooking it up to the power grid here, we actually hooked it up to your battery bank and charged my house battery from your battery bank, and I was like, it hardly made a dent in your in your battery.
Yeah, actually it went down to 50% last night.
Okay.
During the night, but now let's check how
Oh yeah,
how far
yeah.
the level is right now. So 61% right now. So it's cloudy right now. So the solar value is 400 watts right now.
See if I can.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a bit
there we
dark,
are.
huh? Yeah.
There we are.
Yeah. So it charges. It takes 400 watts from the solar and it's charging with 330 something. And the AC is now taking like 50 watts for some lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this thing you got in here, that's your solar charger.
Yeah.
That's your charge controller.
Yeah, it's the inverter inside. There's like a regular charger and a solar charger. And also it's pre-wired with the ground loop things and for all the outlets, breakers for the outlets. Yeah, so it's very easy to set up and connect to the battery bank and to the solar. You just connect the wires and that's it. And yeah, maybe.
And it's a Victron Energy.
Yeah, and the product is called Easy Solar. And easy is obviously because it's easy to set up.
And we actually talked about yesterday, this thing, just this controller inverter thing, is worth more than the rest of the rig.
Well, not with the added solar panels on the roof, but
true,
I paid more for this thing than I paid for acquiring the truck. Yeah, but I got the truck on a good deal, and yeah,
and
I put
down
some more money into
the
fixing
battery.
stuff, and yeah, those are the batteries. Yeah, it's below the. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but they're pretty big. They're 65 kilos a piece, and then two of them. So,
65 kilo each.
Yeah, so I got them on the rig like 5 or 6 times, and then I wanted to put them somewhere else, but now they're just here, and I don't really want to move them again. So,
that's understandable.
I think these are. This is becoming the final place for them. Yeah.
Their final resting place.
Yeah, until I change to a lithium setup.
Oh yeah.
I really want to change to lithium because of it's so much lighter. So the same capacity in lithium is probably like 25 kilograms.
Yeah.
And this is 120, 130, something like that. So that's a huge difference.
Yes. Well, we have to say, in here it's obvious that it is a work in progress.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
If you see here, that is actually the roof of the caravan.
Yeah.
The old roof,
old one,
and then you made the
new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very, very rough still, so it all needs to be finished. And this is here only because I want to keep up the walls here. Because if I remove it right now and don't immediately fix it to the new roof, it will come down.
Yeah.
So this is why
So
it's still here.
the roof keeps the walls in place. And in time you want to run the walls up, so they
up, and then it's gonna be cleaned up and finished.
Exactly.
And, I'm still looking for a nice ceiling solution.
Exactly.
I want it to look nice and not just the most cheapest parts I can find, but because it's the interior, I want it to look nice.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less about the exterior, but the interior I want eventually to look nice.
And well, back here is your workstation.
Yep.
And as you say, you are a digital nomad. You work from the rig.
Yeah.
And that's your computer workstation.
It's
and
my workstation.
you got very nice screen here.
Yeah, I had it at my old office, so I really didn't want to get rid of the screen, and so I made a box for it, and the desk actually folds up against it.
Oh yeah, so that's the.
And also when I park in public places, people can't see that I have this monitor from the outside.
No, exactly. Yeah, because that would be an obvious thing to steal.
Attract thieves. So yeah.
And then you got your bed back here
Yeah,
at
so
the window, so you can look
temporary
out.
bed solution, and it's 2 meters in width. So for me at 187, that's enough. And yeah, it also can change into a really big bed. Put the table down, and then it's a square bed.
Exactly.
2 by 190, I think. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. And then you've got a bit of storage up here.
Yeah, that's just random storage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like everything else in the rig at this point, it is work in progress.
It's all work in progress, and it's all temporary.
Yeah. And you are. That's one of the things that I was that I mentioned to you before we started the video. The fact that you are working on making it into a habitat, and at the same time you're living in it, and that actually makes it even more difficult to build it.
True.
Yeah. So,
there's also from every job you do in the bus, especially when it makes a lot of dust, you have to clean before you start doing the job, and then you do the job, and then you have to clean very thoroughly after the job, because you don't want to sleep in a very dusty environment.
No, true.
Yeah.
And then your kitchen setup.
Yeah. So the actual kitchen, I only use the sink part of it right now, and the cupboard beneath it. The fridge is decoupled, and the gas from the stove is also decoupled, because I cook on an induction stove.
Yeah, you got an induction stove, and having as much power as you do, then
it's easy. No problem at all.
No, exactly.
Yeah. Electric water cooker as well, also no problem.
Oh yeah, that was the thing about your battery bank. You run what was it, 24 volt?
24 volt,
yeah,
because
instead
the
of 12 volt.
12 volt batteries are in series, so 24 volts.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So 24 volt, 200 and what was it, 230 amp hours. So that's a lot.
I could use a bit more, because the solar array is able to charge more than I have capacity for. So
okay,
it makes sense to have a little bit bigger.
But I guess when you change to lithium, that would be an obvious time to upgrade to more.
But
more
lithium would be another large investment, because it's very expensive.
Obviously,
It will keep good for longer than lead acid. Lead acid maybe 5 or 6 years, and lithium above 10 years. So
And then you told us that the fridge is not wired in; it's taken away, and you have this thing about propane.
Yeah,
you
I
don't
really want propane in my van, because I've seen the van next to me burn down because of a leak in gas line, and it was gone in 5 minutes before the fire department could get there.
Obviously, when you look at rigs nowadays, and even old rigs like this, styrofoam, that goes up in seconds. It's not about and even when you get this covered, it doesn't take much, then it just woof.
No, it will melt first, but
exactly.
That's also when I put the ceiling stuff on it, it must be impregnated and fire retarding
exactly
stuff.
About the fridge.
About the fridge, so what I did, I bought an old freezer, this chest freezer, and I don't know, do you call it a chest freezer this size?
No, a chest freezer is when you open the lid on the top.
On the top, okay. So a small freezer, and I changed out the temperature sensor for a digital one. I can exactly set it, this one is set at 5 degrees. So now it's at 4.9 because it overshoots when cooling down. And then when it deviates 0.6 degrees, it will start cooling down again.
Exactly.
And that's all programmable, so that's very cool. You can experiment with it, or put it on a lower setting when you fill it up with warm, a crate of beer. You can really cool it down quickly if you want to.
So it's an old freezer that you changed into be a fridge.
Yeah, and also changed something else, because I wanted it to be more efficient even. So with a normal fridge, when you open the door, all the cold air falls onto the
Yeah,
ground
yeah,
and
yeah.
doesn't keep in it. So I changed the door to a slide out. So
Exactly.
there it is.
So it's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't swing open.
It
It's
doesn't
it's
swing
a
open,
draw.
it's a slide. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's an experiment, but
I think that is an
it's
excellent
not-
idea.
obviously not perfect.
Again, work in progress, but
Work in progress. Yeah.
and I guess also when it gets off the floor a little bit more, it will be easier.
Yeah, it
to,
will be easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
especially for us longer types of persons,
Well,
that's nice
yeah,
to have
yeah.
stuff off the floor.
Both
yeah.
of us are kind of tall, so.
Yeah.
And then here next to me, there was a door,
Yeah.
and
Just put on
that
the
is
mic.
the original bathroom from the travel trailer.
Yeah.
And well, it's I guess what we call a wet bath. So you could actually take a shower in there,
Yeah.
and you have a toilet, and you have a tank or
With a cassette,
a cassette.
which
Yeah,
is accessible from the outside of the van. And
exactly.
I can empty it.
Well,
Yeah,
right now you
this
have
is right now
a
this is
cushion.
just, storage.
Yeah,
and,
there's a sink down here somewhere.
somewhere.
But really, it is kind of foolish because there's a sink in here
And the sink here.
and
yeah.
a sink here,
Yeah.
and it's just like, why do you need two?
Yeah, well, I think some people are not very clean when going to the toilet. Maybe that's why they put sinks in toilets. But
Well, yeah.
so I'm thinking of changing the sink here, just to remove this whole block, this whole kitchen block, the fridge, and well, the steel part, everything. So it's for sale actually. So if anyone wants it, just.
I
me a
don't.
call.
I don't think it will fit in the Raven.
No. No, but maybe someone else.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
True. True.
and I'm thinking of moving the sink to the bathroom part, but then I'll create like a small door here, which is opened inwards during the day, so
Okay.
I can access the sink from this side,
Ah,
and then I
yeah,
have all the wet stuff in the bathroom.
yeah.
Yeah, and then when I want to use the bathroom, I can just close the door from the inside, and then I have the regular space in the bathroom with the sink. So that's this way it will become multifunctional.
Yeah.
And the multifunctionality is also one thing I'm keeping in mind with everything I do in the van. So if I want to build something new, it has to have two functions at least, preferably. So if
Exactly.
it doesn't have it, I haven't thought of it good enough. Right?
No, then you need to think a little longer.
I think you need to think more and combine stuff, and then when it has two functions or maybe more, then it's a good solution.
Yeah. And yeah, it's as I said to you earlier, I want you to come to the next and the next and the next RTM,
I will.
because I want to see this work in
Yeah.
progress finish.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
because
me
I
too.
think maybe as you say, the outside, well, it is what it is, but the
Yeah.
inside, I'm sure this is gonna end up being
Yeah.
stunning.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna paint the outside in like a more tough color, like a sandy. Like many of the overland rigs are painted, right? Like a matte sandy color with black accents.
Oh yeah.
I think that will look much better on the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the inside, it will be a work of progress. Work some to make some money, then work some on the interior, then
Exactly.
work for
Exactly.
to make money again, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I see the possibilities, and it's funny because some people looking at this rig, they would go like, "Whoa, what a piece of," you know,
Yeah, crap.
yeah, really. But
Yeah.
but for DIY people,
Yeah.
we see this and we think, yeah, and
Yeah.
maybe, and then you could, and I find it incredibly. I think it's really cool because it's a project and you can do so many things yourself.
Yeah, and you can do it exactly the way you want it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that I think is really
Yeah.
really great. And while you have the ability also.
Yeah. Also, for a lot of people, the age of the Mercedes, that would be prohibitive to get into a thing like this. But it's such a reliable platform. Everything's really strong, big steel. The engines are strong. They're very slow, extremely slow, but yeah, they're very reliable, and they will just keep going on. Well, this is from 72 and it's still going. So yeah.
On the freeway you don't go 130.
No, I go 80 or 85 max. Yeah, and it takes me 5 minutes to get to that speed. So yeah, that's extremely slow, and so I always drive in front of the queue. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're never in a queue because you're the one making it. Well,
sorry, not sorry.
Then yesterday we had rain, and well, maybe people kind of noticed it already, and I don't say this to degrade anyone or to put you down or anything, but you are a little bit of a redneck.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
I have a leak when it's raining, and it comes from here, and so I need to fix the leak, obviously, but until I've fixed it, I've created this, like a waterbaan, you say in Dutch and German.
Water duct.
Yeah, so the water goes from there into the sink, and then it goes to the tank again. So yeah, it's it's a redneck solution. Yeah, looking for a better solution.
Yeah, obviously.
The solution is I need to take off the solar panels again and find where it's leaking and fix it there, or just cover the whole roof in this product called liquid rubber. So you can pour liquid rubber on top of it, and then it will seal the whole roof for once and for all.
Yeah,
so I think of doing that, but it's relatively expensive product to use. Yeah.
But well, for now this solves the problem, and this is, you know, the
it
alternative.
solve the problem, but it mitigates the risk for a little bit. Yeah.
The alternative would be a bucket on the floor, and
but a bucket. I tried that as well, but you know, buckets on the floor, it makes a dripping sound, and it's like I've heard the Chinese used it as torture. So this doesn't make any sound.
No.
Yeah.
Oh well. No. And the funny part is, in this rig, well, being a digital nomad, you have technology. You have very fancy monitor, and you got the inverter cooktop.
Yeah.
See if I can. Yeah, there you have the inverter cooktop, and you got very fancy solar system, and then at the same time it's placed in a very old classic rig that looks like something most people would say, why ain't that in the dump? It's just I think that the contrast is just brilliant. It is. And I guess
maybe, but it's also probably fitting for my lifestyle. So I lived in a squat when I was 18 for a while, and after that I lived as an anti-squatter, so for the opposite party. So that's cheap way of living, but you always live in special buildings, and like a former hotel or an old army base. So I'm kind of used to more rugged and industrial areas to live in, and so this fits for me at least.
Yeah, exactly.
And it looks very rough around the edges, and even the roof here, it looks like there's mold on it, but it's actually just dirt or from like an oil spill from a car, I think. But it's not mold, but it looks really nasty, and but it's not actually harmful. So,
No.
I'll paint over it, and
exactly. When you get the ceiling done, then you won't see it. And I guess it was kind of second-hand materials you used.
The whole roof was free material. So these plates they use to pour concrete floors on. They're 10 centimeters thick, so they're really good for isolation as well. That you can probably feel it already.
It's nice and warm.
From the two of us in here, standing here for talking this bit, the temperature goes up. So that's awesome with a thicker isolation roof.
Well, I guess a very different rig from what the last one I made a tour of, but nevertheless a work in progress, and I'm sure it's gonna end up being awesome. So,
I hope so, and I'm working towards it, and yeah, it's a work in progress, and yeah, I'll maybe it will look better in the end than the other rig. So let's go for that.
Yeah, exactly. Outside again, and as always, when I make van tours, I give one of my stickers to the, I was about to say the victim, the participant of the tour. So
in this case, probably true.
So there you are.
Thank you.
And
you have the honor of being the first sticker on the van. So we are. So I think I put it here.
Exactly. And the reason why you don't put it on the outside, obviously, you want to paint the outside, and
then
that
I
would
paint it over it.
Yeah. So you're gonna make a sticker wall here on your door.
Yeah.
And well, I'm honored.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed the tour of this this rig, and I hope you're all well. You guys take care, and remember, life is good. Bye bye.